I'm walking back home and I see him as usual. But something was different. When I was about 13 years old, I lived really close to my school. So every day after school, I'd walk back home. And I never really had a problem with it. At least until this guy showed up. I've never seen this man in my entire life, but he always stood under a tree for some reason. Doing what, you might ask? I don't know. I've never actually seen this man do anything else but just stand. Sometimes I see him with his phone, but he's still standing. So all I really know about this guy is that he stands under a tree every day doing absolutely nothing. And I really didn't care because he never bothered me. At least he wasn't like one of those random strangers that would just lock eyes with you and instantly stare into your soul for like 30 seconds straight. So yeah, every time I see him, I'll just walk past him with no problem at all. But on one particular day, I'm walking back home and I see him as usual. But something was different. He was looking a little bit off. He had this ominous vibe. Something was obviously wrong. So I was like, Nope, I'm not going there. Nah, I am not dying today, nope. And I decided that I was just gonna walk over to the other side of the road, just to be on the safe side. You know, now that I think about it, I don't think I'll be that safe, cause there was nothing stopping that man from picking up his shoe and throwing it at my face. But good thing he didn't. So I crossed over to the other side, and after a while, I walk past him, and he doesn't seem to notice. And I'm just relieved that I'm done with this guy, cause the last thing I want is for this man to, hey kid! Okay, that could be anyone, right? Like, maybe he's just talking to someone else. Yes, you with the red and black shirt. I turn back and I see this man yelling at the top of his lungs. So now I'm a little bit worried because I obviously don't know this man. And now he's yelling at me. So I decided to just ignore him and keep walking. But then I hear this. Hey Jaimz, come over here. That instantly caught me off guard. Because now I'm just standing still thinking like, how does this man know my name? And what does he want with me? At least if you're gonna yell someone's name, especially if you don't know them, it will make more sense for you to mention the main reason why you're yelling the person's name in the first place, right? After a few seconds of overthinking, I once again decided to ignore him and start walking. But this time, I constantly kept turning back just to make sure that he wasn't following me. But it turns out that he was already following me, with his hands in his pockets. So that was a little bit sus, cause who knows what this man could be hiding. And just to be 100% sure, I walked over to the other side of the road, and he followed me twice. So I'm like, okay, this man is definitely following me. Should I run? No, he's not that close to me. If it comes to the worst, can I defend myself? Probably not. So I begin to walk a little faster because I don't want him to catch up to me. But then I turn back and I see absolutely no one. Well, except this shady looking van that seemed to have just come out of nowhere and is now driving away in the opposite direction. I don't know, maybe I was just too focused on the guy behind me that I probably didn't notice where the van came from in the first place. But that was the last time I ever saw that van. Until this day, I've never seen or heard about that dude anywhere else.